Capricorn, what did I do? I did your whole reading without without pressing record. That is so funny. Okay, well, I'll start again because this message is fire. This message is fire. Okay, so when I started the reading, your cards came out like this. I'll put this aside, okay? I'll put this on the side too, okay? Your cards came out like this. You have the strength as your central energy. And you have the Four of Wands and the unknown. When I was pulling each of your elements, each of your cards that I need to consider, right? So I'm pulling Wands, Pentacles, Swords, Cups, and the central energy. It kept popping out as twos. And I kept having to put it back, except for this one, this Four of Wands and this unknown entity here. So it kept coming to me that there are choices that you're needing to make. What choice you're needing to make is taking the path that you already know the outcome to, and the path and having an option to choose this one that you don't know, you're not familiar with, you've not been down this path. So a new path is up there, but it's going to take some strength to get through it, to choose to go that way, to choose that path. And really, it's keeping you, you're in a state of anxiety about it because you're like, how can you ask me to choose something, a path, like give me an option of a path that I've never taken before. I have no clue what that is, but the strange thing is that there's a strength between this black card and this strength card. It's calling you, it's pulling you there, and you know this. So what they're asking you is to look down the line. And when you look down the line, you say, well, I mean, I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not where I want to be financially, but I mean, I might. And I do have, Capricorn, I do have all of these cups to offer someone. I'm full of love is what I heard. I'm full of emotions. I'm full of something to offer. But you can't get it out. Because the situations, the path that you chose before and that you keep choosing keeps leading you right here where you're surrounded and you're not getting anywhere. You can't get on this boat and go wherever the fuck it is to this. Right? You can't make those moves because the path that you keep choosing keeps bringing you back there. Takes you around in a circle and brings you back there. Keeps you in a state of alrightness, right? When you know that you have more to offer. So you get the anxiety. And so the clarification card, not the clarification cards, the additional cards that came up for you, the first set, relate to this situation here. Eight of Swords. So you choosing the same path, the Four of Wands path that you know leads you right back to being surrounded and in a dead end where you can't get on that ship and go look at something else. Is this. This is the dead end. This is the dead end. It keeps you here feeling like you're stuck. But you're realizing you have an inclination that whatever's behind this thing that relates to some strength, that your strength is pulling you to, your mental, spiritual, emotional, whatever strength, powerful source is pulling you towards this option of the unknown, is getting you here, from the King of Cups to the Emperor, to utter balance and ascension. To where you look out in the world and you're like, oh, now I have all the things to offer. And then you showed up. You showed up because these energies, you yourself, are deciding to stay within. This is actually magnifying these and this situation here that's keeping you in this dead end here. And it actually amplifies your anxieties so that you don't move listen, that's not the energy that you need. And I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. And what does that look like? So we have to flip this card here. And we get 5 of Wands. Now, this is still a card of working it out. I'm not saying struggle. I am not saying struggle. I'm saying working it out. Because this is progress. You went from 4 to 5. Now, if you choose the road less traveled, you set fire to this path. That led you here, that amplified these anxieties, that kept you in a headspace of imprisonment. You set fire to the path to where it's no longer an option, and you head somewhere else. And that's what's calling you. Strength to get through this situation, to get to make this choice and choose that path. Right? And what it looks like, I asked what it looks like, and the 7 of Pentacles came up. It looks like you're headed towards new work, new ways of earning money, new money, not new money or more money, financial status. And when I was talking about setting that path on fire, that old path starts to burn down, that old world that you had. And what do you embrace? Your love. You find your love on this new path. And you're like, oh, great, because I have all the things to offer. Even if you're not in love with someone yet, you find freedom in the choice that you made, because you trusted yourself. Freedom. I possess the power and the happiness. Oh, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. You find freedom in choosing the road less traveled. It increases your confidence. It dashes away these types of energies. Flip it upside down. This is the path, right? Gets rid of those and sets you on a path of really assuming your position in the world. It helps you fall in love, if not with someone else, if you don't bump into your love. Gives you the freedom to explore yourself as you are. Getting a lot of these kinds of messages, really. Exploring yourself as you are and discovering all of your great qualities and your earning potential. You're really starting to understand yourself if you choose this path, and what you came here to do in your life. So it's definitely making a decision to do something else and having the strength to actually do it, because you're like, I can't see what this other option is. I know that it's there, but I'm scared about it. My anxiety is high, but it can't be any worse than all of this shit that I already did. Because if you look down the line, you keep getting the same outcomes, right? With the path that you already know. So when you choose something else, and you don't have to know what that is, just choose something else, ask for something else, it starts turning in your favor, and you start to embrace a different path, that the old path no longer becomes an option for you any longer. You know, you put that down and you're like, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to focus on something else. I'm going to go this other way. I don't know really where I'm going. It's kind of like the fool's journey, where you decide, hey, I'm going to go upon something else. I'm going to take a different journey, take a different path, because this other one is fucking crazy. I don't want to relive that. I've learned what I needed to, and now it's time for me to move on, which seems like September. That's the common message in these readings today. Oh gosh, for most of the zodiac signs. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is the end of your reading.